Jason McMaster
Hello.
of Ignitor. And wow, history of music.
And many.
Hard music. So, Jason, give us a little bit of your background, which is very rich. In case people don't know, they will be reintroduced to all the things you've done.
Watchtower, 8 years. Dangerous Toys, 1987 until the present. Broken Teeth, 1999 to the present. Evil United, 2010 to the present. Ignitor, 2007 to the present. Howling Sycamore, 2017 to the present.
That's an impressive list.
That's good enough for right now.
Okay. But we will be talking about Ignitor today, right?
Okay.
So bring us in.
We just played a really fun show at Reggies in Chicago, Hailhorn of Power Festival. I'll get right to this is what we're doing here. This is the first Ignitor, I want to say 2004. This has Erica Tandy singing on it.
So you were not in the band at this point?
She's amazing. No, I was not in the band. This is Erica. That's the band, as it were. There's been some lineup changes, as it were. This got fantastic reviews, and it made them want to continue to be a band, because it was just like, started off as a good idea. Hey, let's form like an old school, classic, true metal band, and they did, and it was good, and they keep going. There's another record after this with Erica that we sold out of it downstairs. It's called Road of Bones, and it's another excellent epic metal pizza for you to eat. And these are out of print. You can only get them from the Ignitor website.
So what attracted you to join this band?
Stuart, the guitar player, Stuart Batlord Lawrence from Ignitor, has been a longtime friend of mine. He plays KK Downing in my Judas Priest tribute band called Sad Wings, and we were at rehearsal one night. I said, "Hey Stuart, how's the vocal auditions going?" And he said, "Not very well." I said, "Well, you guys are a great band, and if you at least want me to do the record, I will. I can't make any promises." But he wrote this record around that time, 2006, 2007, and this is called The Spider Queen, which is a concept record, and this was my first record I sang on with Ignitor. And so really the lineup from here is only different by Erica leaving and me joining. Mm-hmm. And then we made this record with the same lineup. This is Metal Tiger, Year of the Metal Tiger, and this had a worldwide release on MVD, and it did pretty good, and it's probably one of my faves, because there's a few of them now. And yeah, so these two records have the same lineup. This is technically the third record by Ignitor, technically the fourth record by Ignitor, and the second one with me.
Now, if I could ask a question, how much of a change of pace it was for you when you joined this band?
None, because I am playing and singing and writing and recording and teaching how to play music as a job. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, my day job is teaching adults and kids how to play music, rock and roll in particular, but, just how to play, get started. I've been teaching at the School of Rock in Austin, Texas for 13 years now. And so, yeah, I mean, with all of the bands that I've been doing since the early 80s on a somewhat professional level, it's been nonstop.
Got it.
Nonstop. So it's just what I do. I don't, if you overbook yourself, then you're going to get yourself into trouble. If you manage your time wisely, you can do it all.
Got it.
Right? Yeah.
Let's continue.
Yeah, so this came out probably, see, I don't remember what year this was. It takes us a while to put a record out. So this was 07, 08. This was probably 2011, 12 maybe. And this is a covers record. We do Anthrax and Deep Purple and Judas Priest and Exodus and Venom and Raven and all of the classic true metal, or even proto metal, if you will, covers of those. And this is still the same lineup as these other two here. Okay. This one was really fun, and it was really to tie people over. Well, after this came out about 2014, I'm guessing. This is brand new. This came out earlier this year. So it's taken us a while. There are some lineup changes now. There are now, from the very beginning of this, Take to the Sky, there are technically 3 new people, including me, which is, I'm from 2007, but there's a second guitar player, Robert Williams, and a different bass player now, Billy Dansfield. And we made Haunted by Rock and Roll. This is out right now on EMP label group, which is David Ellefson from Megadeth's label. And this is what we're promoting at the moment, Haunted by Rock and Roll. And you can get it anywhere. And we played a bunch from it tonight. And you can probably see that on YouTube as we speak.
How would you describe your vocal approach for Ignitor, as opposed to all the other bands you sang for?
Well, I can give you a funny answer, or I can give you a little bit of a long-winded answer on how I just got into singing in the first place.
Give me both.
Well, I'm ripping off Rob Halford and John Gallagher and many others. The classic true metal vocalist, new wave of British heavy metal guys, mainly Rob Halford, because I really think he is the cream of the crop as far as power metal goes. I think everyone borrows from him and still borrows from him, myself included. I also started out as a bassist when I was very young, playing Priest covers and AC/DC covers and Rush covers. By the way, I should say that Geddy Lee on the early Rush records, all the way through like Hemispheres and stuff, was really an influence on me vocally. Later on, I said, wow, I really want to learn how to do what Geddy was doing on those old Rush records. And he just sounded like an angry Robert Plant or something, and I really love that. Just nasally, crazy, like it's crazy sounding.
I know we're going to be a little bit off topic, but staying on the topic, when you were in Watchtower, you used to do entire side of Rush records.
We covered lots of Rush.
So, I mean...
But we covered lots of Iron Maiden, too. You know what I mean? And it was a good mix of, like, progressive stuff mixed with a metal stuff, And it gave me a place to shine and cut my teeth as a singer and actually learn what my voice could do. And, burn it out and build it back up, and burn it out and build it back up, which is, what a singer who sings extreme vocal styles has to do to get it to callus right, and feel right. And it's been an interesting time.
So what other projects are you involved with or working on apart from Ignitor that might see the light of day?
A new Evil United record, which will be our third record. The new record is titled Serpent, and I don't want to say what label it's on yet because that could change names. And that's kind of a thrashy sort of, it's kind of classic, but it's a good mix of new and old. It's a little more modern than Ignitor, the Evil United stuff. but just as thrashy probably. The tuning is lower, it's heavier in that way. The vocal style is similar, I think. Some of the lyrical content kind of crosses over a little bit, but not a whole lot. Like I said, it's more modern, a little bit more modern. And also, Howling Sycamore, we've started writing the second Howling Sycamore. And that's on Prosthetic Records. And that's out. The whole record, self-titled Howling Sycamore record, the whole record's on YouTube by now. So.
Now, also speaking about the old band, Watchtower, even today we were hanging out early on downstairs and a guy came up to you with a Watchtower record for you to sign.
Yes.
So how do you view your time that you spend in this cult band now?
I think what you're asking me is, how do I feel when someone comes up to me with a record that's 30 years old and has me sign it?
In a way, yes, but how do you kind of remember your time and how important was your time in Watchtower for you?
Oh, everything I know as a singer I learned in Watchtower. It was very vital and important. It is important and vital for me to respect those years in early Watchtower as a singer in many other ways as well.
Now, also when you were in Dangerous Toys, which you still are doing things with, you got a lot of mainstream success. In fact, you were able to tour with Judas Priest.
Yeah.
What was that experience like for you, apart from being an underground singer?
You know, the courting time between when I left Watchtower and joined Dangerous Toys was very short. It's like I joined that band and we played for 6 months and we got a record deal. Literally a year after I joined the band, we were in the studio recording with Max Norman, who produced Ozzy Osbourne with Randy Rhoads and Megadeth and Armored Saint and keep going. And then, a year after that, we're making a record with Roy Thomas Baker, who did Queen and Cheap Trick and Journey and everyone, and toured with Judas Priest, Alice Cooper, and Motorhead. So that's hard to beat, to be able to say that you've toured with your idols. The popularity of that kind of music, whatever kind of music Dangerous Toys is now it's considered like a classic, because that was over 20 years ago. It's like 28 years ago now, and people just think that we only made a couple of records when we didn't. We made like 4 or 5. So the interesting thing about it is there are some hardcore fans that won't let that die, and their kids who are now not even teenagers anymore, in their early 20s, they're keeping it alive too, because they missed it the first time around. So I think that by means of classic, that's what makes it classic and timeless in some form or fashion. So, being able to live and breathe and still be here and befriend fans that will not let that thing die. Same with the Watchtower thing. There's two things that there's no sign of it ending. There's always going to be fans of those two things, and I feel very fortunate.
So finally, what keeps you going?
I'm obsessed with rock and roll.
Do you ever see yourself stopping?
I am haunted by rock and roll. I am cursed by metal and haunted by rock and roll.
Prophetic title.
That's why it's called that. That's what it's all about. I can't stop doing this. I'll probably slow down a little bit, but maybe turn it into Weekend Warrior stuff, but it's all good. Yeah, you got it. Thank you very much.